Hello. What up, YouTube? What's poppin'? Did we all survive the Aquarius new moon? Take a deep breath with me. Things are changing. What's up, TikTok? If you ain't following, like I said, if you ain't following me on YouTube, what are you doing? We don't know what's going to happen, but YouTube is one of those medias that can definitely keep us together. So, all right. So we here first and foremost, as usual. You already know what I'm about to tell you, right? That I love you, that I care for you, and hold on, y'all know I gotta put some lip gloss on. However, it's shut up. Hold on, because I'm gonna be so hyped that I want to be moving this mic. And the reality is that I gotta keep it still. Okay. Hello. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. So, because I love y'all so much, the first thing that I'm gonna do is let y'all know that I have a free global meditation every Monday for the rest of the year. So go sign up for it. The link is down below. You guys gonna have to go on YouTube and get that link. So every Monday we're going to be meditating together, and there's going to be some added Reiki. It's going to be at 8 o'clock every first Monday of the month. It is highly recommended that you join. It's going to provide you with a peace of mind, calmness, balance, and realigned our emotional and physical body. It's going to be one of those years where we are apt to surrender. For those of us who do not want to surrender, the ride is going to get rough. The ride will get rough. All right. So, with that being said, go find that. We're almost at 700. So, what's up? Y'all ready for that giveaway? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and make sure that you get your natal charts. What you thought I was going to say? Go get your natal charts so that we can go through this together. The areas that we're going to be discussing today is that Aquarius energy in your chart and your Pisces energy in your chart. It is very important. The Pisces energy is going to be heightened for the next 18 months. However, beginning now, February 1st, all the way up to about March 20th, 21st, that Pisces energy is going to be very heightened. So rather than you to figure out, oh, what part of my life is shifting, especially when it comes to astrology, you will be able to hone down on what area of your life is shifting. I did an article where I provided you all where the Aquarius energy is going to be. So it's kind of going to be easy for you to figure out what house, right? How do you do this? Not your natal chart when you were born. We're looking at your transit chart. So it's still your natal chart, but we're looking at what's moving right now. And when we can figure out what's moving right now, which means we're in the present moment, we kind of could get a hang on where our life is going. Now, if you don't know, my name is Miladies. I'm your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey through astrology, through self-awareness, through every goddamn thing. All right. Let me know down below how you are doing. I know for a fact this Aquarius new moon brought in my family. 2 days back to back, two different sets of family members came to visit me. Yesterday, I was extremely exhausted, not because they drained me. Actually, we all empower each other. So I do believe that that empowerment was what put me to sleep and was like, all right, we all transformed and transmuted energy. Let me rest. So I rested a lot yesterday yesterday. I'm probably going to go to sleep today again after this because I'm really, really tired. So honor your body during this time as well. All right. A reminder that we do have a 25% code off for services, astrology, tarot, wellness, you name it. And so don't forget to take advantage of that. I have articles. I don't just write about astrology. I just recently put out an article on emotions, 5 ways to manage our emotions. That is recommended at this time. Why? Because our emotions are being played. Our emotions are being used to go against us, not um globally. So there's a lot of things that can trigger us and trigger emotions that we may not have thought about in a while. So it is very important to learn how to manage your emotions and take control of that. One of the reasons why I'm doing that monthly meditation. All right. So, oh, and where do you book? Where do I book, my ladies? On Pensite. I would love for you guys to get your calendar before we even start. I want to share that for 5 days. All right, from like the 23rd to the 28th, 24th to the 28th, 4 to 5 days, all the planets are going to be direct. Put it in your calendar. Between February 23rd and February 28th. The energy is going to be in our favor. Now, all energies are in our favor. Some of it is for us to declutter and cry and oh my God, it's dragging me because you didn't want to get dragged before. Now, this energy right here is allowing us to be at ease and have all the clarity that we did so far from January until now, and really allow us to focus on what we have transpired in the last couple of months. So when you ask yourself, let's put as an example, because this is how we work. As an example, since the beginning of December, you've been working on your nutritional path. And now you kind of got a hang of what you're going to be eating, how you're going to be transforming your body from February 24th to February 28th, when you decide to literally commit. This is like a space for you to commit to your desires. Because right after that, in March, there's going to be a lot of retrogrades. So there's going to be a lot of, hold up, don't do that yet. Hold up, wait a minute, does it work? Hold up. That's what's going to be happening. All right, so put that in your calendar. There's going to be a lot of information I'm going to be giving here. So come back. Let me know how you guys are doing again. I'm taking my time because I already told y'all about the articles. Go read that. And like I said, the article that has what house the Aquarius energy falls in is going to be the same house that the new moon falls in. So go and check that out. So now let's get ready, because I'm also going to be talking about the lunar wood snake information, because it is not a coincidence that it falls right with the Aquarius hold on, with the Aquarius new moon. All right, so let me show y'all. Let me show you. All right. So if you can see here, oh, this is the energy right here of that Aquarius new moon, and this is the energy of Pisces. Now, this is what it would look like in your chart. I know, bear with me, all right? When you're looking at your chart, the lighter gray area is the area of when you were born. This is the energy. When you're looking for the transit area, it's always going to be the outer wheel, all right? So if you go to astro.com, if you go to astro/seek.com, this is how you would look at your transit. All right. So this is the area that we're looking at, the outer wheel. I just wanted to show you guys that to let you know how it looks. So right here, when we look at the Aquarius energy, we have Pluto, we have Mercury, we have the sun, and we have the moon. That right there, which we'll talk about a little bit later, is called a stellium. A stellium is when there's more than two energies in that specific house that is going to let you know how much of that energy is potent in your chart. And again, where is majority of our energy? And so with that being said, I'm going to share with you some information about this moon. So why is this moon specifically important? It is important due to that Pluto energy. Pluto has officially moved into Aquarius, and you will be hearing this over and over again. And it's going to be transitioning for the next 20 years. So that means for the next 20 years, we're going to be having, this one just passed by, 20 new moons in Aquarius. All right. So that means that every year we're going to be elevating what we start with this first new moon in Aquarius. This is the first new moon of the year. All right. Aquarius is more connected to that collective view. While it still does its individual stuff, it's still finding out how it can transform and innovate what we as a collective can shift towards. Aquarius is futuristic, so it does think about the future. It is ruled by Saturn and Uranus, however you want to call it. And so because Aquarius is ruled by these two planets, it is automatically, again, letting us know how things are going to be shifting. Uranus is in Taurus, so we are focusing a lot on shifting the way we look at our finances, the way we look at our self-worth, the way that we are looking at the planet in general. All right. Saturn is in Pisces. As a collective, we're also looking at how we're going to spiritually advance, how we're going to incorporate our spirituality into the things that we do, into our desires, not just doing things because we have to do it or because they're asking us to do it, whoever that is. It's more of like, this is my desire. This is what I choose to do because it makes me feel good. And it includes shifting some type of perspective with my surroundings, my community, or just the future. All right. So we have Pluto, Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus all playing a big role. Uranus and Pluto are generational planets. So yes, this is why we see what we're seeing globally, why we see things shifting at a rapid, massive pace, very quite violent and kind of disrespectful, or all the way disrespectful to humanity. There's a lot of endings that is happening with this. This is where Pisces comes in. So let's talk about frequency. When it comes to our frequency, it is at play right now, meaning that we have the ability to rewire and refocus our frequency, our aura. We cannot see with Aquarius and Pluto energy. And it's going to be shifting our DNAs, right? Because your DNA is It can definitely upgrade itself and switch when you meditate. All right. It's also going to heighten our mental awareness. When you think about Mercury and when you think about Uranus, they both assist in our thinking process. Uranus is thinking more, again, of the future. Mercury is thinking more personally, how am I going to maneuver what's surrounding me? While Uranus is like, oh, well, we're going to switch some stuff up and we're going to do it globally. And everybody has to switch. What's up? And so January 30th, Uranus goes direct. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? That for the last 4 months, it hasn't been 4 months, it could be a little bit more, that Uranus has been in retrograde. We have been working on our self-worth. We've been working on really understanding our finances. Globally, finances are shifting at a rapid pace. There's a lot of investing. There's a lot of put money towards here, put money towards there. What am I going to do? How is it's exhausting. And it's going to continue to shift. And so with that being said, it is very important for us to really focus on how confident do we feel towards our investment? How confident do we feel? Investing not just in money, investing in ourselves, investing in other people. And so the Aquarius new moon is heightening that. Y'all gonna hear me keep taking breaths. So on a personal level, we are basically opening up and shedding old patterns. And as we open up to shed old patterns, we're opening up to bring in more of that authenticity. So we're going to be very, if you allow yourself, we're going to be very connected to our higher selves. We're going to be very connected to our angels and archangels, our spiritual teams. Again, should you allow yourself, this is why it's important to know that surrender is the key to all of this. Surrendering doesn't feel good because it feels like you don't have control. However, when you choose to surrender, isn't that having control in a sense? Like I'm choosing to allow this part of my life to show me what it has. So faith is really big right now. On a collective level, we are having a turning point in society. Do I have to say a lot? I'm going to mention a couple of things so that you guys can be aware when it comes to the global aspect. My job is to keep you in that individual aspect so that you can be centered and aligned to open yourself up for the collective energy. So Aquarius is together with Pluto, which talks about our deep transformation. It's going to basically dismantle any outdated systems. Pluto is here to pull that rug and is doing it. And it's, again, not just individually, but globally. We can see all the secrets that are popping out into the world. So think about your career. Think about the projects that you've been working on. Think about your relationships. Because again, Aquarius is connected to that collective energy, social groups. Some people may no longer be part of some social spiritual groups. Some people may not be part of a movement that they may have started in the past. Now it's going to, like, even leaders may close out some groups at this time and start a new group. This is what it's all about. It's going to feel with Pluto and Aquarius, that energy is going to feel like we're uncovering something. We're finding, again, truth in what was hidden. And it's really gonna put us in a space of feeling like we need to sit down. I don't think I made the right decisions. Why did I join? It's a lot of why. And this is due to the fact that we have Pluto in Capricorn for so long that everything was about, let's get rich, let's make money, who's gonna be on top of the world, who's ruling, I'm ruling. That real ego public image was heightened for the last 20 years. So just imagine those of us who are alert at this time, that means we're here and we are actively aware of what's happening. So should you take the challenge, it is our duty to recognize this energy and pretty much assist it on its way out as we collectively add new bright ideas on how we want this earth to look like. What do we desire? Whether we believe it or not, our thoughts can shift a whole lot. And you can look up tons and tons of theories, experiments, studies that show when a group of people focus on the same theme, project, things shift. And we've seen that before in the past. We even seen it with TikTok. As a collective, we was like, oh, TikTok is gonna leave, TikTok is gonna leave. And we kept saying it, we kept saying it, we kept saying it. Goodbye, TikTok, goodbye, TikTok. Collectively, we had that shit shut down in 14 and we had it shut down, right? Because we followed it. Rather than shifting our mind and saying it wasn't, it did. But then silently, we always thinking like, oh my God, bring TikTok back. And in 14 hours, that shit came back. Whether we want to believe it or not, yes, we can feel like because they're not shutting down my video, that they was in control, but they really wasn't. It was our mind that was in control. So once again, when we start recognizing and being aware that we, the collective Aquarius energy, have the control to shift things around without fear, right? So there's a way to control your fears. There's another way where we collectively right now are in fear. I can include myself too, right? That's why I don't be watching the news, because I be sitting there crying, like, what are we gonna do? And I be like, focus, go meditate and center. So I've been doing a lot of meditation. All right, so reflect on the areas of your life that's ready to deeply transform with this Pluto energy. And for those of you who have not tapped into your journaling yet, journal. All right, if you can't write, make a video. If you can make a video, make a voice note. If you can make a voice note, have a human being be your diary, aka your therapist. All right. The whole moral of this Pluto in Aquarius energy, the new moon in Aquarius, all of this is to truly tap into who you really are. Not who your parents want you to be, not who your kids want you to be, not who your significant other wants you to be, not who you want to be for other people. Even for those of us who are in high places to lead other people, are you doing it because it's righteous to lead other people? Or are you doing it because you truly enjoy to lead other people? Because some of us may feel like it's an obligation. When things feel like it's an obligation, it kind of takes away from the love that we have for something. I pray that that makes sense. Hello, Rich Rising, my beautiful goddess. All right, so let's go back because I just wanted to make sure that I say how they are. All right, so for my Aquarius, all right, happy birthday. I think I said happy birthday in the other video, but happy birthday. So this energy is huge for my Aquariuses. The other day on Thread, because I'm on Thread, y'all, I asked my Aquariuses where they were at, and 200 of y'all pulled up. 200 Aquariuses pulled up. Y'all are active. A lot of y'all are ready. Y'all not in fear mode at all. Oh, baby. Come on, my leaders. Come on, get up there. So for you, Aquarius, specifically for you, calm down, relax, allow shit to dismantle because it is happening for you. And if you're in resistance, well, you're going to be woken up. Oh, I love you. My TikTok peeps. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube just in case. All right. I appreciate you guys. You guys wake me up to come back here. So let's talk about Mercury right quick, right? Because Mercury is doing a little something, something. So Mercury is going to go retrograde in March, if I'm not mistaken. So with Mercury going, hold on. With Mercury is right here. Where you at? How? So Mercury had just entered Aquarius before the new moon. And so it's doing a couple of things, right? The first thing that it's doing, you can see, as I said before, is in a stellium. It's connected to Pluto in Aquarius. So by it being connected to Pluto in Aquarius, it is talking to Pluto and basically assisting Pluto's with those thoughts, those organized thoughts to let go, right? So we're mentally heightening our awareness, our thoughts. They're sharp at this time. Let's not forget that intuitive part, and I'll talk about that with my spirit guys talking. Relax. That intuitive part is there, but mentally, we're going to be able to figure out some things of from ourselves, right? Like those negative Nancy thoughts, those thoughts of us not being able to do things, or just having those deep thoughts of things that we have not finished and know that it's going to assist us to be a better versions of ourselves. So that talks about, for those of you who had been meditating in the past and you maybe took a year or two off, you're going to be coming back to that, because it's really going to help you move forward in the decisions that we're going to be making. Now, don't get it twisted. We still going to be confused as fuck. However, there's going to be a lot of details clarifying it as we move along. All right, because if you did not see the video of Mars and Cancer, we still got that going on until April. So I have a couple of videos for y'all here on YouTube that is really going to guide y'all. They're impactful, but they're also lasting us at least for the next 6 months. So go and check that out. So with the Pluto and Aquarius, this also is bringing up that taboo energy, right? So there's going to be a lot of talk of sexual harassment. There's going to be a lot of talks on relationships, marriages, as well as just for those of you who have been through any sexual trauma or have not allowed yourself to heal from that, that is also going to be coming up as well. So pay attention to that. Our childhood energy is surfacing as well, whether if it's you at 5, you at 14, or even you at 21. All of that is coming up. Some of us are turning 40 this year. So there's a lot of life reviews happening. What you did in your 20s, what you did in your 30s. What? All right, so it's going to feel like a flood of realizations and revelations that is happening, especially when it comes to our power. What do we have control over? What are our structures in our lives? All right, what is required to change for you to make an impactful shift in your life? It will start off as a conversation. Here, you didn't hear me say take action. This is all about here. Right now, it's all about what are my thoughts telling me? Who am I having conversations with? How can I realign my thoughts to help me navigate what the world is throwing at me? All right. Globally, when it comes to this Mercury, Pluto, Aquarius energy, again, it goes back to socially, there's going to be a lot of revelations, but there's also going to be new technology, a lot of information, and a lot of collective movements. What does that mean? So there will be some protesting happening, because Aquarius is about the protest. So let me tell you, I'm not saying for the next 20 years we protesting, but what I am saying is that there's going to be a hell of a lot of protests. And it's going to be, some obviously are going to be a little bit on the rival energy type of shit because of that Mars and Cancer. and others are going to be more passive, more taken serious. So expect starting February for some, chaotic shit to happen. Groups fighting for their rights. Hmm. It's really important for us to really focus on that energy of what can things look like, and that's working with our third eye. Mercury, together with Pluto, helps us focus on our third eye, help us focus on what does the bigger picture look like. Again, those actions can be taken once we are aware of who's assisting me. Am I doing this by myself? Some of us might even have that energy of like, you know, I'm doing this for the team. And some people might not be here because they're doing it for the team. So there's a lot of that energy of I'm gonna do this for the collectives. What do I have to lose? Y'all know this is big, y'all. Downloads. What are downloads? Downloads are when you have a computer, when you have your phone, you tap into something, you bring down the information, and now you're reading it, now you're viewing it. That happens to us all the time. Are we aware of it? Do we call it downloads? No. In the spiritual community, we do call it downloads, right? We call it receiving information. We call it messages from the universe, messages from God. That is going to be happening at this time as well. And it's going to be extremely heightened during Pisces season. Pisces season, most times, we don't want to do shit. All right. Which is why we retrieve to resting. We retrieve to using our imaginations. So this Mercury with Pluto is going to be moving in front of the sun. So let me show y'all here. If you can see here, at some point, Mercury is going to be moving in front of the sun. Let me tell y'all when. There you go. You see it? So I want to say by the 20, February 9th, Mercury is going to be moving in front of the sun. What does that mean? That Mercury is going to be heading towards Pisces. And as it heads towards Pisces, it's bringing in all that information that we are planting now with the Aquarius new moon, and it's going to carry it on to Pisces. So those thoughts that you are initiating, those fears that you're releasing, those collective desires that you are planting, those seeds are going to be carried on by Mercury, communicating it in Pisces. So let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. So what does that mean? What we think at this time is very important. So are we going to be arguing about who's doing the dishes? We don't got time for that. We don't have time to argue about who's doing the dishes. Do we have time to talk about who's going to be mopping and sweeping? It's bigger than that. It's going to be who's mopping and sweeping the ocean. Okay, we don't mop and sweep the ocean, but you know what I mean. Who's going to be cleaning up the ocean? Who's going to be planting more trees? Who's going to be making sure that some animals do not get extinct? Who's going to be aware of the collective energy and how to raise the vibration of the planet? That this is what we're talking about. This is the energy. And again, it sounds big because it is, and you can currently be in the position to start doing that. Is thinking bigger about how you can utilize the energy that you have now. If you're in a high position that can assist changing laws in your office that can help humanity, that's part of it. You can start nonprofit organization at this current time, that's part of it. All right. So trust your intuition, all right, about making the decisions that you're making with this Mercury energy, as well as implementing daily spiritual practices. We shared before that spirituality is our innate energy. All right. Your religion, you can add it as you please. But we are Soviet beings, spiritual beings that can align our spirit on a daily basis due to the actions that we take. So again, 10-minute meditation is good for you. Moving your body is important because the minute that you with Paco, all right, your best friend, and he's going through some shenanigans, and you pick up that energy, how are you releasing that? Because you want to help your friend. How do you release that energy within your body? Are you going to Zumba class to release that energy? Are you sitting down and allowing and imagining and envisioning yourself having this energy taken away from you? Do you shield yourself before you go and assist people? Like these are things that we really have to practice. And I have a video of 5 ways to protect your energy in your auric field. Go and check that out because that video is really going to help you build your protection practices. Practices makes improvement. So what we're doing is improving our awareness to the energies that's surrounding us. Because we have to be clear, you know. All right, so let's talk about the sun and the moon together with Jupiter retrograde in Gemini. So the good news is, first and foremost, hold on. All right, let me show you this. So we're gonna go to, and don't worry, for those of you who are here with the tarot, y'all could come back because I am gonna do the tarot readings for y'all. So if you can see here, Jupiter is right here in Gemini. And so on the 4th, Jupiter goes direct. Y'all seen that difference? It was red. Jupiter goes direct. So when Jupiter goes direct, Jupiter is going to be speeding up our mental. Gemini is an air sign. Jupiter expands what we like and what we don't like. I mean, Jupiter is like, whatever. Here's what you asked for. Here's what you're thinking, and expand it. So Jupiter is going to be in Gemini until, if I'm not mistaken, June or July, and then it's going to move into Cancer. So right now, again, anything that we're planting in this Aquarius new moon energy is going to be riding out for the next 6 months. And these planets and movements are going to be a pivotal part of it. So Gemini is our thoughts, the collective mind, our siblings, specifically communication. All right. And so wherever is that in your chart is expanding and communicating in that area. For those of you who are business owners, check out where Gemini is at. It is going to heighten up your business. This talks about new technology. So there was the last 4 months, there was a lot of there's a lot of technology that was under the radar for the last 4 months. People have been working on it. So we will see a lot of new apps. It's going to get overwhelming because there's just going to be a lot of new things. Download this, download that, do this, do that. Center yourself and really ask yourself, do I need to download all of this? This also talks about social media. There's gossip that's going to be happening. A lot of fake news that's going to be heightening as well. A lot of us are going to be revisiting old ideas. And we revisited old ideas, and now we're going to see how we can bring them back up. So there has been a lot of reframing on our perspective and a lot of belief system that we have been reconsidering. All right. So now, with Gemini going direct, the person who is currently running the United States is a Gemini. Okay? So if we all thought that we've seen it all, because Jupiter in Gemini going direct is going to expand whatever is put out there for the collectives from that system. And then when Uranus goes into Gemini, all hell is going to break loose, because we are not going to know what is going to be happening with this whole energy and rulership. So just keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of what the bleep. I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know that was happening. So it's important for us to be on top of things that are shifting. Maybe we can join a group of people who are staying on top of news that is too heavy for us. And those of us who are healers can begin to start healing that aspect of the collectives. But there is going to be a lot of changes, and especially when it comes to our money system. A lot of online things are going to be rushing past a lot of us. So there's going to be a lot of scattered thinking, overcommitment, and really us focusing on where we can bring clarity and what area we could focus with this whole Jupiter going direct. We'll talk more about that, because yeah. So that's what y'all get for the Jupiter. That's what I'm giving y'all right now. So let's go into Uranus going direct, so I can share that aspect with y'all as well. Oh, hi, Camisita. Gemini be acting dumb, but they be knowing how to push the buttons. They sure do. You listen, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Hey, Gabby, that's exactly what's gonna happen. He is going to be pushing all the goddamn buttons. All right, so all right, let's look at here. So we got Uranus here, 23 degrees. The degrees, I'm doing a webinar for the degrees so y'all can come and learn. There's a lot of webinars that I'm going to be doing that is going to be very integral. So for those of you who already have learned your natal chart, we're going to go into aspects that goes, it makes you even more unique. So the aspects are the trines, the oppositions, the conjunctions, all of that cute stuff that you be like in the squares, like, my ladies, what is that? We're going to go deep into that, because it's not just about, oh, I have Aries in the first house. It's about, I have Aries in the first house at 20 degrees conjunct Uranus and Pluto. How is that working for me? So we're going to get into that. But right now, 23 degrees means that it's at its ending. So to my Taurus people, don't worry. Things are going to get much easier, okay? I know since 2018, it has been a bit rough. And you're doing a goddamn good job, all right? All right. So here we go. 30th, 31st is doing this thing. All right. So with Uranus going direct, what it's asking us to do is to ground ourselves mentally, energetically, emotionally, physically. All right. And it's going to be shaking things up in ways we may not even see coming. All right. Sudden, unpredictable changes are coming in, both in our personal lives as well as across the planet. So on a global level, again, we're going to be expecting, hear me out, a couple of those tectonic plates that we learned about is going to be shifting, all right? We're going to have volcano activities. We're going to also have a lot of different weather patterns that we did not expect. And it's really a lot of environmental events that are going to be shocking us. Mother Earth is mad. Mother Earth is mad. And we're also entering what we call a new Earth. If you haven't heard about it, it's been quite a theme for a while. Eckhart Tolle has a book called The New Earth. Go ahead and check that out. I read that, I want to say 10 years ago. It's a really good book. So there's going to be new ways and new understanding on how to help us progress with information in a way that we could not have before. So for those of you who are interested in learning science, learning astrology, just anything that we thought that we couldn't understand before, even when it comes to relationships, we're going to have a huge shift on how we look at things, on how we break things down. The whole moral of this is to really allow yourself to surrender. I'm going to keep saying that. All of this information that I'm giving you guys can assist you should you allow yourself to open up and say, hey, all right, this is the area that I decide to open up in. Let's work together. Yes, by talking to the planets. Come on, Uranus, let's work together. What you want me to learn? Let me sit down and meditate. What you want me to learn? Let me sit down and automatically write. Automatic writing is at its highest at this current time. What does that mean? While ChatGPT is giving us all this information on how to live our lives, we're also losing some of our touch on how to get that information on our own directly from source, right? So with that being said, how can you allow yourself to sit, meditate, and let your hands do the writing? Look up automatic writing. That's possible right now. So the Aquarius frequency with this whole Uranus energy, because remember that Uranus rules Aquarius, is giving us the next mental steps to move forward. So it's going to be fast, and it's going to be quite creative, and it's going to ignite us. Are you ready to get ignited? Again, whatever we plant now, the next 6 months is going to give me 1 second. Come on, spirit. Well, whatever we do now, the next 6 months is going to unfold. There we go. Ooh, that was the unfolding energy. It's going to unfold right in front of us, and it's going to feel electrifying. That is the energy of Aquarius. All right. So give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Give yourself time to think things through. Let's not rush to do things. Even if because we are going to be comparing our old selves with the version of ourselves now. We might be quote unquote disappointed at the paths that we have taken, and it's just like, why? You would have never met your significant other. You would have probably never had kids. Some of us are probably like, well, I get it. Listen up. You probably would have never had those kids. Those lessons that we have been hiding from came up to the surface at this time so that we can understand what's happening and push that aside for the bigger mission. All right, you learn how to be in a relationship, you learn how to be in a marital relationship, and you got the lessons. And so now you're in a space of getting a divorce, and you didn't never thought that you was gonna get a divorce, and the divorce is happening, right? And so now, what have you learned? Allow yourself to go through that grieving stage, and while going through that grieving stage, empower yourself to be the best version of yourself. And I know that that is asking for a lot, but I will say that I use grieving to propel myself to the next level. So yes, I cry and I infuse myself with the energy to do better. It is not for the faint of hearts, but it's I'm not, you could do it. I know you can. All right. So how does this all ties in to that lunar Chinese lunar year thing that everybody's been talking about? Oh, what is that Chinese lunar year thing? So we have in the Chinese zodiac, there are 12 animals, and each animal has 5 elements that represents it. So while we are in the year of the snake, if it decides to come out next year, it could be the year of a snake in another element. Just like astrology, in the Western astrology, the elements are important in the lunar year for the Chinese. It's coming to my mind, the Chinese astrology. So what are the elements? So you have the wood. The wood element is associated with growth and creativity and expansion. You have the fire. The fire element represents passion, energy, and it just basically brings it ignites that year. You have the earth energy. The earth energy represents stability, obviously material, practicality, and focus. The metal, right? Metal. Every time I focus, is associated with strength. It's associated with discipline and willpower. And then you have the water energy that is adapting to what our surroundings are, our emotions, our intuition, and the way we respond. So for this year, we have the wood snake. So it's less aggressive than that metal energy. All right. Now that we got that down packed, right? So it's all about the way we're going to be processing and transforming our ideas, our collective agreement, as well as what are we asking to be renewed? Are we all going to be signing up for the energy that we've been living for the last 10 years as the collective? Are we all going to be continuing to let people get abused? Are we going to still sit back and be quiet? Are we going to step up and work around our community? So it really talks about that. The wood snake gives us this Taurus-like energy where we are our awareness is heightened. We're being very strategic about the things that we're doing, and again, being very intuitive and shedding old versions of ourselves. Shedding snake, quite interesting. In a 9-year, yeah, all of this is being connected at this time. So yes, we will have some, again, DNA upgrade. Our DNA is going to be upgrading. What we study, what we observe, we're going to be doing that at a deeper level. A snake is practical, but it's also at the same time they could be sorry, I spoke about it. I'm having there's a lot of information, okay? When it comes to the snake energy, or we can know that the snake is able to withstand what we call betrayal, right? Know the energy of that and shed that away so that it can be its new version, and also sometimes attack back, right? So when it sheds the skin, it's like, I'm a new person. What's up? I'm coming through. So are you going to let a lot of what has been holding you back to dissolve during this year? I do feel like we are, again, whether we like it or not, we're being pushed heavily to let go. Let go of those habits that are not serving us. Let it go. Oh, but I did that last year. And somehow it came back again this year. But somehow we didn't add enough energy to release. Some of us cry 2 or 3 times and like, oh yeah, I fixed it. Or some of us say, oh yeah, I healed that 2 years ago. And then somebody comes around and triggers you, or that person that you healed from calls you, and then you like, fuck this person want. Sounds like we got to go deeper into healing. So is our reality and how we used to do things dismantling? Yes. Is this lunar snake year assisting us? Yes. It's assisting us to grow past things. It's assisting us to tap into our creativity so that we can learn how to respond rather than react to certain things. And it's allowing us to really expand ourselves. And that's expanding ourselves on energetic level, on an auric level, as well as on the physical, mental, and emotional level. All right. So here's a few questions so that we can kind of get a sense of how we're going to be moving around. Oh, but I answered these questions to myself before, and we're going to answer again because it's a different version of you. Where have you been holding yourself back? Think about that. Oh, because I can't do this. If this is not done, I can't do this. If this is not done, I can't do this. What new paths are opening up for you? What have what are some things that people have offered to you that you have never thought about before? What are some suggestions that people have been given to you that you haven't taken before, and you can possibly grow from those suggestions and those opportunities? So open your eyes to see what else is around the horizon. What else is around the horizon? A lot of us say to ourselves, well, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Let's take that out of our vocabulary. The I don't know energy really puts us in a space of not knowing. Oh, well, what do I replace it with? I'm figuring it out. I am finding a way. It is amazing to see the signs for what I am building in the future. It is amazing to know that I'm being guided. Every step that I take is being guided by God's source universe. That's building trust. All right. And what risks are you ready to take? What are you willing to risk at this time? Bam, 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 bam. This is we are a whole book, and this is our next chapter. Are you ready to step into it? I got excited. We almost there, y'all. We almost there. Don't worry about it. What's next? What's next? Go, 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 go. Because y'all know I got my notes. Because if I didn't have my notes, we'll be all over the goddamn place. So let's talk about this Pisces stellium. Oops. My bad. Hold up, y'all. All right, there we go. So we have this Pisces stellium. What y'all telling me over here? Because y'all know I was looking at my notes. I am learning. I am building trust instead of I don't know. That's right. And I wrote about the trust situation in that article that I told y'all. So, yes, we've all been in a space of betrayal. Heck, we've even betrayed some people. If not in this lifetime, in another one. Don't play with me because I know it. Shh, I betrayed people. Let me tell. No, is another story at another time. But I know I've betrayed people, and they have come back in this lifetime. And I've learned the lessons. See, the energy that I have, it's huge awareness that I probably was not a nice person in another lifetime. All right, I can tell. Plus, I've done past life regressions. With that being said, when I became aware that some people might be coming back to retaliate in a different body, my spirit was ready. We went through the energy. And I can say that in between 2014 to 2022, I seen a lot happening. I know that's a lot of years, but I was aware there was a lot of karmic payback. And I was like, God damn, I hurt you. My bad. All right, so before we talk about the Pisces stellium, I want to talk about Neptune being in the late degrees of Pisces. So now Neptune is right here. Y'all see Neptune? All right. So Neptune is right here. Now Neptune has been in Pisces for the last 14 years. And it will not come back for another 165 years. And I know that has been happening a lot for us. A lot of these energies that, you know, these huge numbers are thrown for real. Since for 39 years, this hasn't happened. For 165 years. Yeah. 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 So, are there huge endings? Yes. I'm going to say that again. Is this a 9-year? Yes. So it's not just about, oh, this lifetime. It's about what I just spoke of, what I just talked about, which is our past lives. So there's a lot of karmic energy that we are shifting through and ending. So that does mean that the partner that you may have, the friendship that you may have, the school that you were attending, the job that you may have had, your relationship with your kids, with your siblings, all of that can be, for some of us, at risk of ending, and we're starting a new chapter. So, yes, by the end of 2025, you may not be surrounded by the same people. Well, some of us have already been clearing up, and we are surrounded by the people that's going to move with us into the next stages. So, by Neptune being in the last stages of Pisces, what it's doing is getting us ready for a new beginning when it moves into Aries. Now, Neptune is going to be going back and forth with Pisces and Aries this year, playing around. And then officially by 2026, it's going to be in Aries. So Neptune is going to be in Aries for the next 14 years or so. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, 13 or 14 years. And so what is that saying for us? That is saying that when Neptune goes into Aries, is the new human era, is a new era for humanity. Pisces is the last zodiac sign before the wheel starts again. The wheel starts with Aries and it ends with Pisces. So, yes, this is why things are tough. This is why, well, when it comes to healing, it feels exhausting. It feels like, why am I healing this again? Didn't I, again, it goes back to that energy that I spoke earlier. Didn't I do this already? Didn't I heal this part of my life already? And the answer is yes. And when you was here in the 1700s, you're healing that too. And when you was here in the 1500s, you healing that too. And when you came in for like 3 years when you was a baby in 1995, you healing that too. I'm pretty sure my 1995 people are here, but I'm going ham right now. So what is the understanding here? That it is all not from this lifetime. And you have been healing. You have been healing, you have been healing, you have been healing. And I ask you and invite you to write down some questions for your spiritual team, some questions for your higher self. Like, are we done with this energy? How can I speed up the healing in this area of my life? Right? Maybe you want to ask God, show me the way to complete this energy once and for all. Some of us might not want to do that. Some of us might want to continue this cycle, and that's okay. But other of us, we're done with it. So, final breakdowns of illusions, deceptions, and old belief systems are out of here. Remember when they was talking about that whole Aquarius golden age? This is it. This time around, humanity is not going to go anywhere. We're going to go through the shifts and the shifts. Right? This energy feels like the Atlantis energy. If you don't know about the Atlantis, go check that out. this energy really feels like we're going to have to take matters into our own hands. As a regular degular human being that goes to the corner to get Starbucks, yes. Turn around, not the same. Fighting a crime. Throw coffee, hot coffee at somebody. I'm just playing. All right. What I'm saying is be prepared to defend yourself. Be prepared to defend those that you love when it comes to this last energy. Because the deceptions and the illusions are out there. They are. So the energy on the planet is permanently shifting. When I mean permanently, I mean some things that has happened in the collective, some energy that we have done as a group of human beings is going to be outdated, and we're no longer going to be seeing that. All right. Anytime that we as a collective became powerless, that is ending right now. Because when I tell you, when Neptune goes into Aries, we know that Aries is the god of war. That don't fuck with me energy, that egoistic energy, right? However, with Chiron being in Aries, we have been shifting our ego into a new dimension. So it's no longer the ego that we once knew, as you can see. Right now, we're shifting with the ego at a more spiritual warrior energy. So it is crucial that we really tap into our intuition with this one. Our intuition is really going to be guiding us. Well, how do I tap into my intuition? 10 minutes a day, sitting down with yourself, not quieting the mind, but observing the mind. When I sit down on the toilet, what am I thinking about? When I'm cooking, what am I thinking about? When I'm at work, what am I thinking about? That's the energy that we are focusing on. All right. So that we can then tap into our intuition. So rather than for you to say, what am I thinking about? You can start saying, this is what I desire to think about, and let my intuition guide me to how to bring that closer to me. All right, so let's go back to that stellium. So I wanted to let y'all know about of that Neptune energy, because again, that Neptune energy is connected to that Pisces energy. And Pisces right now has a lot of recognition. So my Pisces, y'all can't really be hiding anymore. Oh, no. All right. So I want to say until starting on the 1st, that stellium is starting. But I did want to take us to the 18th. That's when the energy goes into Pisces. And so, here you can see all of this beautiful energy in Pisces. All right. Anyways, whoever's having a baby during Pisces season, can I meet you and your child? Not on some creep shit, but I know that your baby's gonna be like, let's protect your fucking kids. Can I be their Reiki healer? I got a couple of Reiki babies under my sleeves. Yes, I do. I'm watching them because y'all ain't gonna be fucking with these kids. All right. Anyway, I got a group of powerful kids. Focus, my ladies. All right. So with this is what a stellium looks like. A lot of planetary and illumination energy within a specific zodiac sign. So if you on YouTube, you can see here what a stellium looks like. So many of us in our own natal chart, many of us in our own natal chart have this stellium. So, prime example, I have an Aries stellium. When I was born, Mercury, the Sun, and Venus were all together in Aries. So I was able to, so at least I know what area of my life is where I can focus a lot of the areas of my life. And it has to do with my fourth house, it has to do with family, spirituality, our ancestors, right? That area right there helped me recognize that in my immediate family, I am the only one that's going to be doing the deep spiritual work and breaking generational curses and chains. Not my siblings, because I looked at their natal chart. Yes, I was nosy because I'm like, why am I doing all the work? And then I realized, because you said you was. And how did I cope with that? By stalking my sister's natal charts. And I was like, I am the only one that's supposed to be having a ball with her. I am the one that's supposed to be doing the cleansing. And so after I accepted the mission, I understood that that was part of my natal chart as well. So natal charts really help you accept certain missions and gain gain love for your certain missions, because certain missions that we come on earth, we like, why me, right? And the why turns into, you're the best at this, why not you? Get to practicing. So I just wanted to share what that whole stellium thing is all about. So when you look at your personal natal chart, and you can check to see if you have 3 or more planets or illuminators in your natal chart, that can give you an insight on what area you came on earth to focus on. And I share this a lot with my live natal chart readings that are about 3 hours. We sit together, we have tea together, and I'll talk to you about your natal chart. So go ahead and book that. So with the stellium, let's talk about the Pisces energy in general. Pisces, again, is the intuitive, collective, 12th house, unconscious energy, where illusions and imaginations can both rise up, connecting with the dead, all right, heightening our spiritual gifts. That's all that Pisces energy. Now, I did a podcast on the North Node in Pisces, and I spoke about how that is going to be affecting us for the next 18 months. So as a collective, we're all moving towards that spiritual growth. And what does that look like for us? So when we have Venus, Neptune, and Mercury joining and amplifying the spirituality, creative, and compassionate themes in our lives, forgiveness is at the forefront. Forgiveness is at the forefront. All right, because this stellium is going to balance our brain, our cerebral energies, what's going on up here. And it's going to balance it with the Aquarius energy, right? And then it's going to help us feel. Neptune, Pisces, we all up in our feelings. We all up in our feelings. All right. So it's a good time, again, to tap into bigger dreams, tap into our imagination, our spiritual practices. All right. Meditation is the key. This is one of the reasons, again, why I'm doing the monthly meditations every Monday. So at least I feel that, well, at least I feel that I'm doing my part with the gifts that I have, putting out this free meditation for all of us to ground ourselves on a monthly basis. So if you can meditate any other time, come meditate with me, baby. All right. What is unfolding? Deep emotional healing. Top tier forgiveness. All right. Forgiving yourself always first, and then allowing yourself to not expect anyone to come in and say, I'm sorry. And even when that person says, I'm sorry, or any of those things, let's calm the ego down and continue to be on our spiritual path, because we already accepted, whether they say sorry or not, that we're okay with how we're going to be moving in our lives. That could come from siblings, arguments with our siblings, with our parents, right? I know that there is right now is going to be a lot of parental healing, parental figures, whether if it's grandparents, guardian angels. I'm hearing foster parents. There's going to be a lot of healing for those of you who are foster parents. Is in a way is like a duty for you to shift the perspective for these children who are in foster care on what love is like, how to help them emotionally progress their uh how they feel about being part of the system. That's not for everybody, and that was definitely snuck in by spirit. So for those of you who are foster parents, there is a bit of a duty there as well. Okay, no, we're not gonna say that, spirit. All right, I guess I have to. For those of you who are foster parents, you might have been this child's parent in another lifetime. So this is why it's important for you to tap into the healing aspect for this child or children. Got it. I said it. I said it. All right. So with Venus connected with Neptune and the North Node, all in Pisces, we are really, again, working with unseen forces, because Pisces has this mysterious energy and it's always working behind the scenes. The 12th house is our intuition, to look at the bigger picture. So again, if we don't tap into that third eye, we don't tap into the energy that we do not see. And with the third eye, you do see. And it hasn't come into fruition yet, right? What I'm talking about is physically seeing things. Even though we don't physically see things, it's in the work. And that's what that Pisces energy comes in with that Venus. Venus is tapping into our emotions. Right before it goes, February 4th is going into Aries. So it's doing what it needs to do before it hits Aries. So there is going to be downloads. Hold on. Oh, you spoke about downloads already. I sure did. And we're going to talk about it again. What does downloads mean? Download means those aha moments. The moment when you're sitting, I'm going to bring your favorite spot. The moment that y'all sitting at Starbucks and y'all having that good old coffee, and all of a sudden you be like, oh, that's what that happened. That's why. That's why this situation happened. That's why I reacted this way. Those moments are going to be showing up for you. Those are those aha moments that Pisces energy is bringing for us. All right. So does that mean that everybody's like, yeah, let's heal? No, with this Pisces energy, some of us are going to be escaping. Some of us is going to be going to drugs, sex, money. All right. Some of us are going to be going back to our ex, and there is toxic energy happening. It don't stop, baby. This is why willpower is important. This is why setting ourselves up with our daily practices is important. This is us fake triggering ourselves, like, oh, if I see this, what's going to happen? Oh, if I get triggered, what is going to be my result if I get triggered? Did I really heal this right now? If I see this person out in the streets, what is my reaction? If I encounter this again in another relationship, what is going to be my reaction? So there's going to be, again, a lot of that. I don't think I want to do this. And I'm going to share with y'all something personal. I did a bit of an escapism, right? This week, because I was going, not through drugs, don't get it twisted. I was going to the supermarket, and I'm going to share this story somewhere else. I seen a person that stole jewelry from my pops, and I seen them in the streets the other day. And yeah, for those of you who know me, I'm like rough and tough with my Afro puffs, and I approach you. But for some apparent reason, I was like, I seen them, and I just was like, oh my God, I don't want them to see me. And I switched. That's escapism, right? Rather than me facing whatever's about to come, whether it's my reaction, that person's reaction, I turned around and I went the other way, right? And I was like, no, don't do that. You ain't pussy. You ain't scared. Don't do that, right? The thing about it is that I did something else. I went back because we was taking a bus. So I went back. I sat at the bus stop, didn't say nothing to them, and they seen me, but I waited for the next bus. Because what would have happened there is that I would have probably seen them somewhere else, and maybe the situation would have gotten worse. So with that being said, I'm definitely going to share the story so I can release that. So that's part of what escapism is as well. Escaping a situation, escaping uh something that needs to close out, something that requires healing. So yeah, I had to share that with y'all because I don't care. I'm about to start airing some people out. They're gonna have different names so that they don't sue me, but it's about to get crazy this year because I can't keep holding all this in. All right, so set a time during this stellium to be creative. Be creative on how you approach your healing. Be creative on how forgiveness is being brought up to you. We don't have to use the old modalities, but what we can do is add the old modalities to the new modalities and combine them, which is something that I do, especially when it comes to meditation. I always share different ways to meditate rather than just to sit there and be like, oh. I share with you guys different ways to meditate. So with that being said, how can you become creative with your healing when it comes to this Pisces stellium? All right. Oh, we doing good. We doing good. I told y'all we was gonna be here for a while. What y'all telling me? Hold on, y'all. All right. So, hey Tracy. Tracy, I seen your message too, my love. I'm gonna respond to you. You here for all the changes? Yes, let's welcome it. Your son is in Aquarius and he keeps saying it's time for a revolution and he's ready. That's right. Where he at? Pop, pop, pop. All right. Yes, it is a blueprint. It really is. All right. So the last thing that one of the last things I'm going to be sharing is there's going to be 5 planetary changes happening this year alone. And when I mean it's big. Why? Because 2 of those planets are going into Aries. Aries is where the zodiac wheel begins. So that means, oh, that's how they be. This is how Buddha and them be, right? Jesus Christ. Focus. 2 planets, Saturn and Neptune, are going into Aries. And so that right there, it's really going to set us off on a new page. So that does talk about our destiny is shifting. All right. We have Uranus going into Cancer. Uranus going into Gemini. Jupiter going into Cancer. And then we already had the North Node and the South Node changing. That's a lot of goddamn things happening for us as human beings. So when I tell y'all to breathe, I'm telling y'all to breathe. We are adjusting to these final lessons that are coming up for us before we step into the new version of ourselves, before we step into a new community. Imagine going into a new community with your old energy, right? The attitude of not trusting, the attitude of feeling like, oh, if I get in this group, people's gonna fuck me over. Oh, if I get into this new relationship, it's always gonna be the same one. Imagine going into something new with that old energy. All right. So this is like a real astrological reset for humanity. So it's aligning us to a new era. I know. Some of us is like, I mean, my audience is pretty vast. So I have my 75-year-olds. All of us here have yet to experience this in a conscious level. Now we may unconsciously remember again with our past life all of this that we have been through, But consciously, what we seeing right now, yeah, humanity has never seen it before. So I would say it's a great time to be alive, even though it feels like it's excruciating. Like I told y'all the other day, I was crying. I've been crying all January. I will confess, but I'm not showing up crying here. Talk about no. Nonetheless, some of those tears are not even for my healing. Some of those tears are for the collective healing. That's one of the reasons why I'm here as well. So it is a lot. It is, but we're here adjusting again to that new energy and to that new cycle. All right. So just prepare yourself. Let 2025 be that interesting year where you decide that you do not have control. However, you're setting your intentions and you're planting your seeds to build that control. So this new moon is going to be fast, it's going to be electric, it's going to be deeply transformative, all right? And I invite you to tune into your frequency, be open to any course correction, any pivotal redirection that spirit, God, source, universe has for you. Stay extremely grounded. Like me, even if it's cold, what I'm doing is I'm going outside, all right? And I'm grounding. Why am I grounding? Because many of us here who live in a city or anywhere that you live in a high rise building, we're not on the floor. We're not grounded to earth. We're elevated. So while we manifesting in our apartments or our homes, it's all up here. What happens? How do we ground it? You go outside and you walk. You go outside and you do exercise. You go outside and you sit with nature. You go outside and sit with the sun. Bundle yourself up. I like to walk outside between 12 and 3. That's when the sun is high, giving its energy. So stay grounded, all right? So that your mental could be at ease. Follow your intuition. What's real versus what's an illusion, and really be in a space of being surprised. Surprise. Yep. How about we start getting ready for the surprises rather than to be like, oh, I can't believe it. I was talking to my friend the other day and we was talking about that. Oh, we say to my sister, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But we could believe it because we planted it. We did the intentions. We did the work. So now it's time to believe. So what do we replace I can't believe it with? Oh, it's believable. Oh, I can see the shift now. Oh, surprise. All right. Let me just make sure I gave y'all everything before we go into these card readings. So while we still in this new beautiful new moon energy, set futuristic intentions. I wrote it down right here. All right. Detach from expectations, like I shared before, connect with like-minded people and do something different, do something unconventional. Aquarius is all about that. Aquarius is about, oh, y'all doing that? Well, I'm doing this. And I'm exploring this new idea. And I'm taking risks. And I'm challenging old belief systems. Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. If you have a good position at your job, challenge your boss, challenge the laws, challenge your raise. Maybe if you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for for the people that are coming after you. Excuse me. All right. Yeah. All right. So I did everything. So let me do this reading. Let me do this reading for y'all. This is going to be the reading for the new moon energy, guiding you all towards the next 6 months. Come back to this video. Go to the Mars and Cancer video. Go into the North Node in Pisces energy and look at the Aquarius video so you can know where this Aquarius new moon is hitting you up. Where is hitting you up? All right. So we did that. You've been thinking making an area of grass with plants, but then I worry about the bugs. The bugs is what make the plants go wild. I know about the bugs. I spoke about the bugs before, but why not? Try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? If you don't like it, you can take it out, right? All right. So let me stop this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. All right. I got my cards right here. We got some of this stuff to put in. Y'all, let me know if Wednesdays and Saturdays are good good days for y'all, because that's the days that I'm thinking about coming on. Well, if I'm dropping a podcast, but to upload 2 videos a week for y'all. I was coming on yesterday, and then all of a sudden, after my cousin came to visit me, I'm gonna take a nap. So for those of you who know me, with that projector energy, I'm taking a nap as much as I can on a daily basis, right? Some days I don't take a nap, and it does backfire on me. Nonetheless, I require to take a nap before I show back up, at least in the middle of the day. But I wake up very early. I wake up at 5 in the morning and stuff like that. So I gotta have this close right here. And so yesterday I was like, oh, let me take a nap. 9 hours later, like, girl, who you talking to on YouTube at 2 in the morning? All right, so remember to look at your sun, moon, and rising. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Sun, moon, and rising. For those of you who are over here on TikTok, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What house is the new moon in Aquarius? Oh yeah. All right, dear angels and archangels, thank you so much for being here, for protecting and for guiding. Hold up. Hold up. Yeah, como que salir. This Archangel Michael oil. Just grounding myself. Speaking about Aquarius and Pisces, be taking me all the way up there. All right. Whew. New moon in Aquarius for Aries, sun, moon, and rising. What is the messages? Go ahead and like this video as well. For those of you who are watching from Grecia's page, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, Aries. Dime lo que. Transformation in reverse. So Aries, I mean, need we say how we do this? Okay, there we go. Do we see everything? Because y'all know how this light be working. Hold on, let's see. Oh, all right, I think it's like this. Yeah, okay. So in the upright position, this is what y'all got. In the upright position, as you can see, Aries, look at everything that is happening. So this new moon is, look at the lotus. Oh, it's so beautiful. If you guys know about the lotus, lotus is that energy, I mean, that plant that allegedly is like all nasty and dirty, and then all of a sudden when it rises up from the water, it's clean and beautiful, right? So Aries, whatever you have been going through in the last I want to say 3 to 6 months, you have been able to transform and transmute it. And then the next 6 months that are coming up for you, it's all about trusting your intuition, trusting you staying still, trusting that this energy is going to push you to the next level that you are looking to be pushed towards. What does that mean? Whatever area in your life where this Aquarius energy is at, there's going to be a lot of stability in the next 6 months. This is a major arcana. So this is uh major arcanas is when the energy is going to happen quicker. It's going to happen at a come with me at a conscious level, like you're going to be aware of it. So this does talk about you tapping into meditation, you tapping into your spiritual work, and knowing that you have all the tools that you desire, right? Look at that right there. That looks like a snake to me. It is a snake, not you coming in with the wood snake in your hand. So anybody, you're the next 6 months is going to be undefeated for you. But you see how that hand is right there? That hand is asking you to be grounded. While your hand is in multiple spaces, whether if it's healing, whether if it's bringing peace, whether if it's, at a warrior state, this energy right here is helping you become a phoenix, right? That Pluto energy, that Aquarius energy. So for my Aries, for the next 6 months, it's really grounding, tapping in, and honestly, not letting anybody tip you off of your current assignments and mission that you have implemented yourself. And there's a lot of nighttime work happening. These stars right here gets me that the next 6 months, I do believe that that nighttime energy is going to be very powerful for you. Oh, soul family. So you got call in your tribe. You do not have to do it alone. So Aries, this energy came out for you too. So soul family, you do not have to do this alone. So during the time of you healing, call in, call in your soul tribe, call in your higher self, specifically your higher self, because I do believe that your higher self is one of your soul tribes. So calling your higher self, trust, the energy of trust, the energy of knowing that you are not doing this alone, and you are trusting people to help you transform. It's very big for my Aries because y'all like to do shit up independent. Throw your no. Independency through collective energy. I'm part of this group. We're healing together, and I'm learning how to anchor those energies myself. So, and that's in all areas of your life. Anchoring and meditating in the type of job or work that you desire to be part of. Anchoring the friendship, focusing on healing old friendships to bring in new friendships, right? That's one of the things that I hear a lot, and I don't be jacking it. We don't want new friends. No, we do desire new friends that are on the same frequency at us, that are in this healing at the same rate that we're healing, friendships that are going to take us into a higher vibration, that we are connecting together, right? Right? We do want new friends. In the past, we didn't trust ourselves. Stop it, relax. We didn't trust ourselves on how to pick friends, but now we know how to pick friends. So we are going to keep calling people in. Fuck that. And now you can use discernment on new friendships, and you can know now what is new friends and what's not new friends. Is this an associate? Is this a part of somebody that I just collaborate with? You don't have to be friends with everybody. Not Pisces. Pisces, relax. Taurus. Taurus. Taurus, you got 2 cards. You got clinging to the past, and you have the outsider. So 2 cards came out for you, Taurus. I get it. Uranus is going direct, so why not? So the outsider energy for the next 6 months feels like, because I'm letting go, right? Clinging to the past is holding you back. For the next 6 months, you're going to be deciding whether you want to hold on to the past or not. And so holding on to the past, especially with the 5, you got 2 5s. Check that out. Stop playing. Hold on, because I remember something about this chain on the door. I knew it, right? The chain on the door. Look at this right here. The chain on the door, the lock, it's not locked, right? So for the next 6 months, because you're releasing and letting go of the past, and you're learning, especially with Uranus leaving your zodiac sign, you do feel like an outsider because you're not that same person anymore. You're not in those same habits. Heck, you're not even going out to eat with the same people anymore. You might not even be eating the same way anymore. So you do feel like an outsider when you try to put yourself back into the collectives, when you try to hang out with old people or connect with old love lives. It doesn't feel the same anymore. So the next 6 months is to really allow yourself to know that the gate is open for you to go back to the same version that you used to be. Excuse me, for the same version that you used to be, or you have a choice for the next 6 months to shift that, because the gate is open. So it's not like you can't hold on to the past. It's not like you can't go back to what you used to do. The gate is open for you to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Here is making a choice for a shift, for a change. Number 5 is for us to recognize that change is pivotal to see a difference in the choices that we make. So Taurus, for the next 6 months, is recognizing that you can hold on to this, you can go back, you could do that. Are you going to allow yourself? Will you allow yourself to do that? And the next 6 months is something that you're going to be clearing out. You can see, like, you're gonna, if you allow yourself, you can clear it out. That cup is clear as day. And it's all in your mental. So a lot of this energy is not even in your emotional body. It's all in your mental, which makes a lot of sense with this Aquarius energy. So clear yourself up mentally. And then also with the child there, the inner child, working on your inner child is important. Taurus, at the time. Go ahead, y'all. Go give me a like. Give me a like if you're here. All right, Taurus. So, and this with your finances, this can also feel like that as well, especially with your finances and your self-worth. I know Uranus did a number on you, but just remember, when it bounces, it's not coming back for a while. So that's it. Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, take that leap of faith. You see in the back right here, oops, right here, the person is kind of like scared, they don't want to go, right? But then this is your spirit, your higher self, your you're like your spirit going ahead of you. So the next 6 months, ground yourself, meditate, plan things for yourself, Taurus, so that you don't feel like you're holding on. Plan your healing. Plan your healing. Plan questioning yourself if this energy has already been fulfilled. That type of this again, we're all having a lot of endings in Taurus for you. That self-worth, that trust within yourself to come out and share with the collectives is highly heightened right now for you in the next 6 months. I'm getting that some of you Tauruses are also supposed to be not supposed to be, but are invited to heal the collectives with what you have learned. In the next 6 months is pushing you to share your message, whether if it's on social media, in person. Yeah. All right. Gemini, you already know. Jupiter. Right now, my Geminis, your energy is heightened, high. Because when Jupiter goes direct, you're gonna get all of this information. I see my Geminis within the next 3 months just shifting their life completely. In a good way. So, how this Aquarius new moon is treating you. And then just get ready because when Uranus goes into your sign, it's for the next 7 to 8 months. 7 to 8 years. Sorry. Ooh, Gemini. The next 6 months, your mind. Again, this makes a lot of sense. The next 6 months, your mind is really in a space of releasing. The next 6 months is asking you, it's like that Tower card. So what I'm getting here, give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are, within the next 6 months, you're going to be releasing deep emotional baggages, deep collective emotional baggages as well. Some Geminis, you guys are like, I don't want to help out. Why do I have to show up? So this is a push and pull. So I will say that my Geminis, you guys are going to be pushing and pulling when it comes to this energy with the Aquarius new moon. The changes are not going to feel good for you. The changes are not going to feel good for you. And you're still going to, because Geminis, even though the changes don't feel good, you guys find another way to do something else and just be like, oh, this is fine, right? That's that surface level energy, that surface level healing, that surface level emotional shift. This is not surface healing. This is about you going and digging deep. So your mind could be fucking with you for the next 6 months and you might not be able to know where to go. And that is due to the energy that's shifting within your sign. So what do? Find out where this Aquarius new moon is at and focus on that area of your life. So that area of your life does not drive you completely crazy. When I mean completely crazy, I mean completely not knowing what your next steps are, completely not knowing if this person is good for you or not. So there could be a lot of confusion in the next 6 months. And I encourage you to focus on your mental. Because here with the bondage here, I do get that you've been healing. You've been healing. And now your mental is one of the last stages for you to heal. And the next 6 months, should you move forward into healing what's going on in your mental, you're going to see big changes. Protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Remember when I was telling you that we are also healing a lot of past life situations? That's happening right here. So what the protection is saying here, the protection is saying, as you heal the next 6 months, as you focus on your mental in the next 6 months, as you focus on your emotion and the actions that you're going to be taking, protect yourself, call your power back. A lot of us may be going through things because, again, something that happened in our childhood, something that happened in our partnership, something that happened with our parents, something that happened with our siblings is holding us back. Marriage, all of that is holding us back. So these next 6 months is like, how are you going to protect yourself to heal? How are you going to protect yourself and put those boundaries to not let the triggers affect you in a way where you're mentally stuck? Okay. Hey. So now we are up to, what are we up to? Cancer. Cancer. Sun, moon, and rising. slow down. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Slow down. I just want to get to know you. And this right here goes specifically for that Mars and Cancer. With all this energy with Mars and Cancer, at least until April, it's really doing a number on my Cancers, which means that some of you are learning. Oh, bring this back. Some of you are learning on how to build uh build your warrior side. Build your warrior side. Build the side of you that defends you. Build the side of you. As you can see, there's still a shell here, right? Because I know that y'all be going into y'all shells and stuff. However, it's build the side of you that is protective and that you're slowly moving towards that area of not letting people take advantage of you, not having to show up for people that don't show up for you. So with this slow down energy, it's all about knowing what your next steps are, not rushing into a change from one day to the next, really tapping into your intuitive side and analyzing from that perspective how to make new friends, how to switch your job, how to show up to the collective, how to emotionally heal other people. So I do feel like some of my Cancers, y'all do have this energy of healing, Reiki. Some of y'all may are certified in Reiki, certified in energy healing, the soft side of healing, right? Because you got that aggressive side, right? The ancestral one. Then you have the meditation side and things like that. So this also talks about, it's giving me when you heal, how are you healing others? The way I feel like Cancers, you guys are representing how to heal in your family, how to heal in your relationships. You're giving the baton, right? So you're giving the baton to show what it's like to heal, show what it's like to build boundaries, show what it's like to say no. And it's all happening at a slow pace. So do not rush yourself for the next 6 months to make changes to please other people. See? Deep, replenish, retreat, relax, retreat, rest, and be held. So it really talks about you allowing yourself to be in your nurturing mode as a warrior, in your nurturing mode as somebody with boundaries, in your nurturing mode. And for the next 6 months, what does that replenish look like? Does it look like you going on a vacation, you going to retreat, you signing up to do somatic or healing? I don't know. You signing up for something. I feel like my Cancers, the next 6 months, you're going to be signing up for something to help you heal. Even therapy, which is all going to help you out, and you're being guided towards that. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, you ready? So the next 6 months, whatever you have, whatever you plan now, within the next 6 months, you're going to be ready for that. So if that's you planning to, what's coming first is like, oh, I'm planning on healing the way I approach intimate relationships, and in the next 6 months, that's going to be fruitful for you. You're going to be able to allow yourself to get into a relationship, as well as building a relationship with yourself. So a lot of my Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, within the next 6 months, you're going to be in a different space, and you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready for whatever it is that you put your mind to. If you say in the next 6 months, I'm going to retire, you're going to be ready for that retirement. Materially, physically, mentally, emotionally. Again, with that relationship, you're going to be mentally and emotionally ready for it. For those of you who are ready to have kids, this even talks about for those of you who are silently pregnant, because that's coming to mind. You're going to be ready to be a mother or father within the next 6 months. So allow yourself to be open on that, my Leos. Whatever it is that you're doing in the nighttime is going to set you up for the morning time for the next 6 months. If you can see that right there, that's the nighttime, right? And then as we get here, then it's the daytime. And with the number 9 for the next 6 months, it completions and endings are in alertness for you. Now, this doesn't mean that you're doing this by yourself. As you can see, you got a team of people that's there. Maybe you're the first one to be ready for what's coming. All right. Maybe you still hanging on there and you letting the first person go, and then the next person and the next person. But what I do feel is that for the next 6 months, you will be surrounded by people who's going to help you bring your dreams into fruition. Again, whatever it is that you put your mind to, it's going to be pushed forward. So surrendering to the growth is important. I like that for your Leos. Surrender to the growth. All right. Play. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be so serious. Sure, with the energies, you'd be like, how can I not be serious? No, don't be so serious. You see this? So, because you rule the 5th house, while you're in the space of healing and getting yourself in order, planting these seeds, setting yourself up, play means allow yourself to get deep into your imaginations so that you can see the end results of what you're planting. Let's make this a fun journey rather than a journey that's depressive. Like, oh, I have to heal. For those of you who are healing grief, oh, now I have to sit down and I have to cry for the dead. Oh, I have to shift through these memories that are uncomfortable. Plant your seed. Play around with what it's like to heal. Can we think about the good memories before we go deep into the dark memories? Can we go and hire a therapist? Can we go to therapy to heal the dark part, the excruciating part from the grief? When it comes to a relationship, how can we allow ourselves to have more fun in a relationship? I do feel within the next 6 months, for those of you who are thinking about ending a relationship, you are finally going to allow yourself to let that relationship go with ease. With ease, I see that happening. But also for the next 6 months, how is this relationship assisting you? And this could be a relationship with your job, friendships, or even an intimate one. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, that relationship with yourself is shifting. You allowing yourself to grow. I like that, Leo. All right. Virgo. Sun, moon, and rising. Virgo, immediately, what came to mind was spiritual baths. If you're into spiritual baths, go ahead and take some of those at least once a week. I'm getting for that grounding energy. That South Node is in Virgo, so I get it now. So they're providing me with that information to tell you so that you can release, right? Doing a bitter bath to release those unwanted energies, and doing a sweet bath to bring in your desires. Virgos, y'all like, I know, I get it. Exhaustion. You see, that's how I felt. So the next 6 months, because you're releasing so much, not having control, right? That's the thing with Virgo. I don't have control of what's happening. I'm exhausted. What do I need to focus on? You have a 9 as well. What do I need to focus on? What do I need to do? How do I release all of this? I didn't even know this was here. I didn't even, like, it's just like on and on and on and on. So the next 6 months, you're being asked, one, to get out of your own way. Two, to go and allow yourself to receive help. Right? There's a thing right here. This was for you. As a matter of fact. It says, the one who is afraid of asking is ashamed of learning. And yes, it's a fortune cookie. So Virgo, that was for you. The next 6 months is gonna be a learning period for all of us, specifically for you. A learning period of, again, asking for assistance, letting go of what you used to do and adding towards what you desire to do. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, you're going to be exhausted, and that is also shedding the old you. So through the next 6 months, how can you incorporate tools, people, and the unseen to guide you? Because there's a lot of unseen things. As you can see here, she can't see. It could be a she or he. Can't see what's next because everything is so cluttered. So how do you begin to release some of this energy? And the next 6 months is going to be showing you, as you tap into your intuition, as you surrender. Take a break. It says a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. So this talks about surrendering again. You see her surrounded by water, opening up her arms, surrendering. So this energy is not going to be forever, right? Like it said here, it's a life's work, but it's not going to be every season. So the North Node the South Node in Virgo is not always going to be there for the next 18 months. Setting yourself up, it just got there in January. So setting yourself up for the next 6 months to let this South Node assist you in releasing in coordination with this new moon. Your intentions are vital. Your words are vital. Your ability to open up and receive is vital. I love y'all. Y'all already know. I'm here. Book a session. I'm ready for y'all. Taking a break of how you used to do things, taking a break on screaming at your kids, taking a break of blaming others, taking a break of criticizing yourself. Libra, sun, moon, and rise. Libra. Ay, Dios mío. See, I knew why these cards wanted to come out. I got one of my Virgos here. Virgo, 1133. Hey. Phoenix, sword, lotus, flower from the, yes. Thank you, Gabby. All right. Libra. Libra, you have suppression for the next 6 months. What's going on, Libra? I know. Especially when it comes to this whole collective energy, bringing in the balance, bringing in justice. And there's a lot of that justice energy heightening up for us, Libras, sun, moon, and rising. All right. And the reality is that you don't have to keep it all. You don't have to keep it all inside. You don't have to do it yourself. I am getting with this Libra energy the next 6 months. We can get caught up with things that are really not for us. We can get, because y'all know I need this light, right? We can get caught up with things that are not for us. There is a lot of ancestral energy that's also being released for you in the next 6 months. What I see with this, the zigzag of the clouds, it's not going to be a straight line to the next 6 months. There's going to be some moments where you're doing amazing, and then there's going to be that moment where it's like, oh shit, what is happening? So there is this energy of push and pull for you for the next 6 months. Overall, do we see an exit? We do. We do see an exit. And it starts off cloudy. We get through it. We shift. It gets cloudy. We shift. It gets cloudy. We shift. It gets cloudy. We shift. And we exit out of this. So this suppression is also whatever you've been holding on to and you have not been saying to anybody. Speak up. And it's funny because why am I telling a Libra to speak up? Why am I telling a Libra to speak up? You guys are not are because you're not speaking up. The next 6 months can be excruciating for you because you're holding everything in, and you're the sign that likes to debate. Right now, you're feeling like, what the fuck am I gonna be debating? I feel like a lot of you are saying like the collective is not down. You're going through a lot when it comes to why am I going to be speaking up for humanity if this is what they're doing? So there's a lot of that happening within the next 6 months. And the job for you is with the number 10. While you allow yourself to go through this, again, go back and stay connected with like-minded people. Stay connected with your group. Stay connected with your significant other. Stay grounded. Speak up. The biggest thing that's coming up for me is for my Libras to speak up, go see a therapist, let go of some of that energy. And this does have to do with a lot of old energies that even if you're in a great space right now, those old energies are going to come up and they're going to try to bring you down. Oh, your mind is like, oh, this is how you used to be. And you like, but this is how I am now. And while you do believe that this is where you're at, that energy is asking you to release it. So when things come up, it's not saying, oh my God, here, this is me again. No, it's not saying that. What it's saying is, hey, there's still a little bit of me left. Do you still want to hang out? And you like, hell no. Hell to the no, to the no, to the no. I don't know where that came from. I'll be making myself laugh. Yo, if you don't make yourself laugh, I mean, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm just saying, I know I'm a funny character. Oh, I'm breaking the chains. Ancestral patterns. What the fuck did I say? Ancestral pattern, healing, rewriting the future. All right, y'all see that? So this, I felt it. This is the reason why you may feel like this energy, like you're being suppressed and you're being secluded, because your ancestors, for those of you who are saying, yes, I'm ready to break the chains, you're being carried and basically energetically pushed to the next level. So that does mean that you might get excluded from the collectives. You might get excluded from not even speaking up because you don't know how to speak up with what's being sent to you. High vibrational energy, high vibrational healing patterns are going to be ways to heal are going to be presented to some of you. So this is why. This is fucking why. Because you breaking the chain. First and foremost, let me see. Yes. So this person is standing backwards. And then look at all of that. So what I'm seeing is as you heal, as you heal, as your ancestors, your spiritual team helps you heal, you're also healing a lot of your ancestral patterns. So the next 6 months is asking you to be ready to surrender, to surround yourself with groups of people to assist you with this. Y'all, we healing. I got Libra friends. I gotta check on my brother. You know, when you hear this energy, don't just think about yourself, think about those that surround you. All right. You ain't gotta be like, oh, my astrologer said you was gonna be going through some shit the next 6 months. Right. Because automatically people's like, what shit am I gonna be going through? That person doesn't know me. No. You can be constantly checking up on that person and saying, hey, how are you? How can I assist you? How are you feeling today? What are your plans for the next month? Sagittarius. Nope, Scorpios. Pardon me. Oh, mama ass Scorpios. All right. Scorpios, we have stress in reverse. Spiritual stress is what I'm seeing for the next 6 months. This was in reverse. That means that you're not going to be obviously showing it. It's something that's going to be happening internally, and you might be feeling out of balance for the next 6 months, right? And that is because you may have been tapping into a lot of things, and the next 6 months is going to be eliminating those things that you tapped into and it no longer serves you. Like you may have tapped into that so that it can get you to where you at now. And now this Aquarius new moon, whatever your intentions are, is guiding you towards the next route and the next steps. And for you, it's saying, hey, you don't need that anymore. And for you, it's just like, but this is what I've always been doing. This is what I've always been doing. This is how I got here. And I've been able to handle all of this. And now it's like, no, 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 no. And I could see this being your spirit guide or just somebody to come and pop your bubble. And there could be a fall, like a literal fall. So be careful what's happening with you in the next 6 months. Or there could be a literal fall in different areas of your life. Like something is dismantling for you in the next 6 months. All right. And so that really talks about how about we start figuring out what does serve us and what doesn't serve us. And then this also talks about changing our spiritual paths, our spiritual beliefs. That is also going to be assisting us for the next 6 months on how we're going to be managing these things. But I do see stress. So what does that mean? Stress because you don't know what path you're taking, right? With the shoes and the 3 feet. Which way do I go? Which that's what comes to mind. Which way do I go? And it's like you want to announce yourself and the things that you're doing, but it's just like you don't know where you're going. So the next 6 months is really going to push you into the path of letting you know where is it that you're going by you beginning to eliminate. I've like 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys are like tapping into 7 different projects. If not 7 different projects, you're trying to heal 7 different areas of your life or 7 different. It's something about the number 7 specifically that either you're trying to get rid of or you're trying to incorporate, or it's like I'm going to school, I'm working out, I am taking care of my kids. Like this a lot, and so now it's like the next 6 months is going to eliminate what's really not that one, what's not important at this current time, and two, what you already have healed and you're holding on to. Warrior woman or man, but this is warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? So for y'all, it's more of like you doing all of this, but is it truly what you desire to do? Is it truly what's in alignment for you? Is it truly the relationship for you? Is it truly the way you and your children are supposed to be building relationship? Is it a true friendship? Is it, so having you step into your calling. What does that mean to step into my calling? Uh, no. Oh, y'all go over to YouTube. TikTok is doing something. Galactic Hood Okay, my bad. TikTok is doing something. We're gonna keep it. So, are you ready to step in and get into alignment with what you said that you wanted to clear up? Are you ready to focus on one thing at a time to get you to your destination? What's my destination? You tell me. You tell me what's your destination. You tell me what your spirit guides told you. And when we say the deepest calling, it is your desire. It is what lights you up inside. It is also the gifts that are being handed to us. But how do we know what gifts are handed to us, Scorpio, if you're doing this? If you're doing this and this and this. All right. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we are the world. We are. So right now, Sagittarius, you are opening yourself up to your spiritual group, your spiritual team. So the next 6 months is asking you, Sagittarius, with the 10, to stop acting like you don't belong here. Stop acting like the world is not requiring you to be present. Sagittarius, you guys are here to guide us when it comes to our adventurous side, our spiritual side. So there's a lot of Sagittarius internally that are, again, figuring out where do I belong. And the next 6 months, as you continue to open yourself up and recognizing where you desire to belong. Now, where do I belong? Where do I desire to belong? What group do I desire to be part of? How can what I'm going through right now, how I'm shifting right now, benefit another group of people, another friend, and how can they benefit me? Yes, we all benefit each other. All right. We all do. However, you redefine that is up to you, but we all benefit from each other. All right. So, with that being said, Sagittarius, how are you tapping into what you desire? I feel like the next 6 months, some of you are going to be relocating as well. Relocating to the group of people that you feel are going to be there for you emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? So there's a lot going on. I do feel like this is coming up for y'all, my Sagittarius. Love is on the other side of the world. Okay. Love is on the other side of the world. So distance. Out of everybody, Sagittarius got some love energy here. This talks about long distance relationships working out for my Sagittariuses. Destination wedding. Okay. So the next 6 months, some of y'all planning that. I do feel with the stars here, it really talks about you allowing yourself to be guided to that lover, guided to that friendship, guided to that new job. So, how are you trusting, Sagittarius? Trust is the key right here. Trust. Trust. Which rising? Trust is the key here, Sag. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your north node. So Sagittarius, I got that. I got that. For y'all, it's more of like stop overthinking things. Stop feeling like I said, where do I belong? Who do I talk to? That's not the energy for you right now. It's to step into your power completely. Like you've been getting messages. You've been kind of already figuring out where you want to move, who you want to date. You've been focusing on how do I want to shift my life, And so my Sagittarius is, it's like, stop overthinking it. All right. Stop overthinking it so that you can allow yourself to walk. Hold on, right here, like this. Allow yourself to be guided, grounding. Grounding for the next 6 months. 6 months is going to be good for you. For those of my Sagittarius that are light workers, energy healers, tarot readers, psychic, astrology, all of that stuff, you guys are going to be collecting. Wait, right here, like this. Hold on. You guys are going to be collecting a lot of energy as you meditate, as you ground yourself, as you do your yoga, and walking in and walking, grounding, hugging trees, all that good shit is going to help you out. So definitely for those of you who are into the whole bringing out messages to collectives, you're going to be able to find your tribe and provide messages for your tribe. So if you've been thinking about it, or if you feel like, oh, I don't know, it's calling you out. It's calling you out. For anybody, all 12 zodiac signs, if you're feeling that you're being called to give out messages to the world, it is not a lie. It is the truth. How you're going to do it is not your fucking problem. Because it's not about the how. It's open up the space for me, spirit, God, source, universe, high itself, so that I can give these messages. Oh, but I don't want to show my face. I spoke about this before. It's not about showing your face. It's about sending those messages. You could be an anonymous messenger by typing information down and posting it with a name that nobody knows. I'm hearing, oh, but I want credit for the messages that I give. So are you going to say that it's you or not? No juegue conmigo. Anyway, Sagittarius, let's go. Because we're waiting for you. Because I have been juggling so many things all at once, and now I have to figure out what's priority. My health is top priority, and now I have to see what else I have to get done. Well, rather than seeing, literally go into your natal chart and really ask yourself what area of my life is requiring for that specific attention. You already know your health is top priority, so that's something that on a daily basis you're focusing on. The next best thing with the energy that I provided for you here, get into that area of your natal chart, add this tarot energy, and focus on that. Every house has a specific theme. Congratulations. Congratulations, Gabby. That's huge. Which makes a lot of sense on what has been shifting in your life. All right. We did Sag, a Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Go ahead. Don't forget to give me a like, beautiful people. Thank y'all for being with me. For those of you who have been with me for the last 2 hours, I appreciate you. Capricorns, totality. Capricorns, I feel you, right? Once Pluto bounced, we feel like we're more in control in our lives. So right here is the root chakra and the sacral chakra for you. So the next 6 months, focus on rooting your foundation, growing your foundation, stabilizing your foundation, and then opening up to your creativity. What can I do now that my finances are intact? How can I be creative now that I am grounded in my relationships and with myself? How can I move forward now that I've healed a lot of my childhood trauma and chaotic relationships? How can I create a new beginning for myself? And can I allow myself to receive assistance from other people? So this talks about everything that I've learned, swinging back and forth, everything that I've learned, I got it, I'm stable, and now I'm asking for help. And as you can see, even connect the lights that are the illumination that's around the hands connecting you are being guided to people that's going to be understanding your journey. And it's like divine timing. Divine timing is occurring for my Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, where you're going to be connected to your lover. You're going to be connected to that new job. You're going to be connected, and it's going to be guided because you have been allowing yourself to be focused. So the next 6 months, expect a lot of stability and aha moments. And while you will be going back thinking about, oh, this is what happened to me the last 6 months, it's more of coming aware of, oh shit, look what I shift by setting intentions. So I do feel like for my Capricorns, there is a lot of change still happening with the 5, but it's more of that calm change because you're being gifted through meditation, through other people, how to build your foundation. As long as you allow yourself also to receive assistance. Yes, you could do it on your own. Power to you. We're not in that energy anymore. We're in the energy of collective assisting each other. So how are you going to let other people help you out? Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. All right? We're not doing this by ourselves. So Capricorn, this is what's going to be assisting you in the next 6 months, allowing yourself to continue to release so that you can stabilize yourself. Allowing yourself to release past life energy so that you can stabilize. If in the past life you was in poverty, you're stabilizing yourself to release that so that you can allow yourself to be thriving in riches and abundance. All right. If in your past life you was abused in your relationships, right? You're healing that. You're letting that go so that you can get into relationships that's no longer, sorry, I keep moving it, that's no longer going to make you feel like you are not part of the relationship, that, not letting yourself be the victim of the relationship. All of that is being released at this time and stabilizing it for yourself. Go ahead. For some of you, past life regression will be great so that you can know where you're standing. For others of you, getting energy healing to release that. It does talk a lot about, so for some of you, go to moon circles. The moon circles within the next 6 months will be good for you. I do see you healing with other people. And then some of you will be experiencing some astral projecting or out of body experiences as well as you heal throughout the next 6 months. So there's a lot of spiritual energy happening for us. It's very personal. This new moon is very personal on how we're approaching the next steps of our lives. Where we, hold on. Where we do become personal is how are we also adding the collectives to it with that Aquarius energy. And speaking about Aquarius, Aquarius, baby. Oh, you got friendliness in reverse. Aquarius right now is focusing on self, focusing on inviting people into your life one day at a time. Is that too much? Maybe 1 month at a time. Aquarius is asking you for the next 6 months to focus on sharing yourself with others. Sharing yourself with others, connecting with others. Oh, but I already got a best friend. No. New people, like-minded people. No more hiding in the closet. You can talk about aliens now. You can talk about connecting and the out-of-body experiences that you've been having. We've been waiting for you to speak the fuck up because we know that you're connected with other realms. So with that being said, step the fuck up. All right? You have friends out here that is going to be listening to your out-of-body experiences, the way you meditate, how you organize your thoughts. So this talks about connecting. slowly but surely, the next 6 months, intertwining, connecting, and vibing with other people so that you can, one, kind of like test out where have you been, how you're opening yourself up, Aquarius, to the new energy that's showing up with the collective, because you're going to be seeing a lot of people's going to be attracted to you. They're not going to know you're in Aquarius. Heck, they're not even going to know that Pluto's in Aquarius and that you're being heightened up. That's just us over here, right? You're going to, how can I say, the next 6 months, there could be this energy of people being attracted to you and wanting to be connected to you. And your quick response will be like, fuck out of here. Like, I ain't say I was your friend. I'm your friend from afar. Let's tone it down a bit. Let's start with the people that are already in your life. Let's start reconnecting with the people that are already in your life that you've been friends with for 10, 15, 20 years. Start reconnecting with those people because they already kind of already know who you are and are willing to open up to who you're going to be becoming. So allow yourself to join like-minded communities, and yeah, maybe once a month go to a new group of people and share yourself, Aquarius. So there is a lot of, I want to say the next 6 months, there's a lot of union, a lot of happiness. Yes, union in love as well. Union in the groups of people that are ready to connect with you. Union with your soulmate, your current lover, your current husband, wife, children. Just there's a lot of unity happening for you in the next 6 months. Share your voice. Share your voice. Come out the cave, which I said come out the closet, right? Um, Persecution and expression. All right, first and foremost, look back here. You see the pyramids? There's a lot. I told y'all. See, so if I was like, you thought I was like speaking all crazy. Aquariuses, they've been meditating. Aquariuses, they know how to organize their motherfucking thoughts. All right. Yes, no, they overthink things. Yes, but they also know how to organize their thoughts. Aquarius are, and I'm gonna say it, don't beat me up, are very on the surface with emotions. So they tend to also make decisions that doesn't involve their emotions, which means that some of their decisions are logic and can guide them places without being mad. Oh, their decisions to heal is to heal. I'm mad, ha ha ha. Okay, no problem, and I'm gonna heal. Where Pisces can be like, I'm mad, fuck you, or Cancer could be like, I'm mad, could become vindictive, fuck this lesson. Aquarius are like, okay, what's the lesson? Let's do this. How we healing this? Okay. So with that being said, Aquarius is here. Share your voice, like I told you. Create a group of people that's ready to listen to. Are you gonna let them see the share the voice? What's going on? Oh, there it goes. Share your voice, and you can see even with the distance, y'all still going to be like scared, right? But it's the next 6 months, scared to show up because you just like, oh wow, this shit is really happening. People's up to speed. My thoughts are not only my thoughts. Like, oh, people are actually thinking like that. Oh, I can connect with people. Yes, we're here. So allow yourself to get out your cave. Start a podcast. Again, a podcast doesn't show your face. There's so many ways to learn how to do a podcast and start talking. Start talking. Are you doing this to become famous? Probably. Are you doing this to just share your experience? More than likely. Let a podcast be your journal. Let writing on Thread or on X be your journal. Share yourself, share your voice. Like I said the other day, I asked where my Aquarius was at on Thread, and I got 200 response. Yeah, out there. All right, Pisces. Pisces, we have patience. Patience. I love this because of what's happening for you, how things are shifting, how there's a lot of endings. You see this person being pregnant. You have been through the you have been dragged and back. You've been through the ocean and back. You've been into the cosmos and back. The last 13 or 14 years, Neptune has dragged you. And so now the next 6 months is sitting in what you have been cultivating, sitting in what has dismantled, and at the same time sitting with what you have created. So as you view, right, a woman who's overly pregnant can barely move, right? I'm not saying she can't. It's just there's a lot going on, from peeing to the belly being heavy to the belly dropping. I have a lot of friends that were pregnant, okay? All of that adds up to the patience to be still, to know that at the end of the next 6 months, with this Aquarius new moon and all this Pisces stellium and Neptune moving into Aries and all of that energy, patience is the key. At this current time, I feel like you've done what you can to work through things. Now it's surrendering. Now, whether you like it or not, patience is a virtue, and we're the spirit guides, angels, archangels, astrology, tarot, all of that is asking you to be patient. Tap into being patient in what you have planted. But this does talk about sitting in the fruit of your labor and the path that you have created for yourself, and trusting that things are going to go well for you. Having patience that putting in an application today may not be approved tomorrow. However, you're working towards those thoughts to make that application be approved. And if it's not, what are the next steps? So this is where my Pisces is at for the next 6 months. So anything that you have planted or anything that you will be planting in the next 6 months, and you allow yourself to surrender, it's going to show up into reality for you. I love that. Align your life. What is not aligned or needed, or what is not aligned or needs to change? I talked about like whether we like it or not, right? So this energy is asking you to align yourself, right? For some of you, I'm seeing like doing mirror work, trusting yourself. Maybe some of you have that imposter syndrome that's happening. Know that out of the zodiac signs, the water signs are very, very intuitive. Water signs are um are born with psychic abilities. We're all born with psychic abilities. The water signs are able to tap into it easier because they are in their feminine energy. Okay, so yes, if you have a water moon, you're part of that as well. All right, if you have energy in the 12th house, the 8th house, or the 3rd house, excuse me, or the 4th house, you're part of that group as well. So why am I saying that? Get into the mirror. All right, allow yourself to speak positivity into your life. Bring your life into existence, or speak existence into your life, speak health into your life. Align yourself so that you can be able to receive this. Some of y'all have been saying, well, what about me? I haven't seen any change. Well, this is the time for you to change that mindset. Allow yourself to say, I see change, even if it is from changing your bathroom curtains from one shower curtain to the next, right? You do see change, even if it is you changing your bed sheets. Change is around you, and if you allow yourself for the next 6 months to focus on that, you will thrive. I'm not gonna lie, you will be thriving. And adding your intuitive skills to that is really gonna push you forward. I do feel like, again, some of y'all are not, again, I didn't say it, but now I'm saying it, kind of felt like deja vu. Some of y'all going to be moving, mentally moving things, right? Mentally, physically. I'm seeing shedding of weight for some of y'all, as well as groups of people. Yeah. And it all starts with you. Are you going to align yourself? Are you going to have patience to align yourself? All right. We did that. And I love y'all. Let me take out a collective card. Now I'm going to take my ass to bed, bro. You're going to take me because I got to replenish. There's a lot of YouTube materials that I have for y'all to heal, services for y'all to heal. Sign up for is down in the description box. Sign up for the monthly collective global meditations that we're going to be having on Mondays. Every Monday, every first Monday of the month at 8 p.m. so that y'all don't be like, oh, I'm working. Maybe you are working at 8 p.m. What am I talking about? I don't know. A lot of people that do join are a 9-to-5ers. So I put it for 8 p.m. And if you sign up and you are unable to catch it live, there's always going to be that recording. All right, collectively, what's popping? I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Let me take out another one. I like that because it's one for the. All right, Archangel Metatron, you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. And then Archangel Michael, remember who you are. You are powerful, loving, and a creative child of God. You are very loved. So here's two things that the angels and archangels are reminding us, that our children are important. So for those of you who are working with children, it's for a reason. For those of you who thought about working with children, it's highly recommended to tap into that energy, whether if you have to go for certifications, whether if you have to, I don't know, clear your background to work with children, whatever it is, it's really asking for those of you who work with children or who are desiring to work with children to do so. Whether if it's through yoga, meditation, it doesn't have to be a teacher in that particular way of learning in the curriculum perspective when it comes to math, science, and all that stuff. Although if you are a tutor, they're asking you to do that as well. All right. This also talks about tapping into our own inner child and healing that part of our inner child, working our inner child, so that we can also move as a collective in the next 6 months. And Archangel Michael, remember who you are. Do I need to break that down? This is like we talked a lot about past life energy, and we will be continuing to talk about that during Pisces season. So it's really important to remember who you are. Remember who you are on the soul level. Remember who you are as a Soviet being. Remember who you are as someone who is healing, who is in the progress of healing, who knows that, yes, you might have been somebody who probably were narcissistic and you're not narcissistic anymore. You're working through that. Maybe you are somebody who's working through being a people pleaser and you're no longer at that space. Remember who you are as a human being. Remember who you are. I'm going to say it again. Remember who you are. Who am I? That will be the question that will be the answer that you will provide for me, because we can be so many things. There's titles we can claim, or there may be no titles to claim, and we're just human beings. All right. What can I say besides that I love you? All right. Take care, be safe, and go read those articles.